house guests, welcome to today's Big Brother 17 updates and spoilers. Our house guest today is Catherine B. Happy birthday! I hope you had an amazing day and an amazing birthday weekend, birthday week, all of it. This is gonna be a great day. Okay, so they had the Power Veto competition yesterday, and it was the BB Comics one like they did last season. I cannot wait to see this play out on TV. I can't wait to see what each house guest's character was. So if you guys want to do this will be fun. Leave it in the comments some of your guesses or like what you would like to see the house guest portrayed as. Leave your comic characters in the comments. Okay, so the players were Becky, Steve, Shelly, and the 3 extra players, Vanessa, Meg, and Austin. Guess what? Steve won! He finished the whole thing in like 13 minutes, and can you believe that Meg was like second fastest? That's crazy. Alright, so after the competition, Becky, James, Meg, and Jackie are all in a celebratory mood. They're like, yay! The plan is working! Steve's gonna take himself off the block, and then Becky lets them know Vanessa's going up as the replacement. The plan is still in play. So it's gonna be Shelly versus Vanessa up on the block. The feeds after the Power Veto ceremony are going to be amazing, and I cannot wait. So James was telling Meg how Austin still thinks the plan at this point is to nominate Johnny Mac, and he doesn't care really who goes up on the block as long as it's not him or the twins. He's just like, whatever, just don't put up my twins, or me, I guess. So then Vanessa comes into the have-not room. She busts in, she's like, are we still good with the plan? Johnny Mac's going up on the block, right? She's a little bit worried that Becky won't put up Johnny, so finally she leaves, and James and Meg decide, you know what? We need to get Vanessa out. Because before they were kind of going back and forth. They were like, I don't know, maybe it's a better idea to take out Shelly than to take out Vanessa, but now they're just like, no. Vanessa needs to go. And they say there's no way that Vanessa would vote out Shelly over Johnny Mac if he was going up on the block, because she's all like, I'll vote with the house, like the plan's to get rid of Shelly. No freaking way. And she also tried to argue while she was in there that Johnny Mac would be the safest up on the block against Shelly, and like if she were to go up, then there's a chance that she could go home and Shelly would stay. That's what they want. I guess you didn't realize that. So anyway, Vanessa's trying to come up with some new plans, some new deals now, some new schemes. So she asks Austin to go up to the HOH room for her to talk to Becky and her crew. She wants Austin to push for like this new double eviction plan for next week. It's basically the same plan. She wants to be like, yeah, we're gonna go after the floaters, meaning like Steve and Johnny Mac, because she's acting like Shelly's gonna be gone. But she just wants Austin to include her, obviously himself, and the twins in the plan to make sure that group of 8 is still good through the double eviction. It's the same BS in a new package. So Austin obeys his master, goes up to the HOH room, but he doesn't really get the ball rolling here. He tries to ease into the conversation by saying how much it sucks when a floater wins the whole season and how he hates that. But that's pretty much as close as he gets to accomplishing that conversation about that deal. He can't do it. So it's fail. Austin has much more important things to worry about, like his grooming. Austin found out last night that Liz is freaking grossed out by his beard ponytail, and I think just like his beard in general, and like his hair and stuff. So when he finds that out, the Big Brother house turns into BB Junior High. So Shelly becomes the messenger between Austin and Liz because they cannot talk face to face. Oh, that's Puppy. Okay, I was like, your foot feels really hairy. Ew. Okay. So, not that I'm trying to play footsies with you, but Shelly becomes the messenger between Austin and Liz. So, Austin tells Shelly to tell Liz, I'm willing to at least like trim the beard, but what's in it for me? Because he's like, you know, this beard is like part of my wrestling character and it's like really important to me, blah, blah, blah. But like I'm willing to talk about it. So he doesn't want to like take that leap if Liz isn't committed. Like if she's not going to date him outside the house, He doesn't want to trim that beard, pony. So Liz is just like, you know what, you need to tell him I'm not at that point where I can be like, do this and I'll date you. Because she doesn't want to like, you know, set him up for that and then dump him in the jury house like she plans on doing. So she's just like, yeah, he's like a really nice guy, but like, I don't know, and I'm only 23 and he's like 30. And she said that in front of Shelly and it was so weird. Okay, so then this goes, you know, back and forth a few times. Shelly's running around in between them. It was like kind of funny at first. I feel like Shelly was really enjoying it. She actually had something to do now that Clay is gone. But then Liz and Austin finally meet on the hammock, and Liz tells Austin, I really like your personality, which is like major friend zone talk. So Austin is just like, you know what, I'll trim the beard, and if I win, if I win HOH, you have to kiss me. So they like make that deal or whatever. Is he really gonna trim the beard? We'll see. Alright, back to the game. Vanessa was talking to James again, and she's getting a little desperate. She brings up the whole double eviction deal. I'm thinking she knows that Austin could not seal the deal. So she's talking to James about it, and she's just like, you know, I don't really like that Becky put up Steve with Shelly this week because the original plan was to put up Johnny Mac and Shelly, and she went against that. So she feels like it's a sign that Becky's not going to want to put up Johnny Mac even as the replacement nominee. So she knows, like, if Johnny Mac doesn't go up, it's going to be me, because she's not going to want to go after Austin and the twins because they're a strong group of three. Somebody's got to do it at some point. And obviously she's not going to go after her own allies. So James is just like BSing her hardcore. He's like majorly trolling. He's like, no, Vanessa, like, Becky's not gonna put you up. She's not gonna go against the deal. That's crazy talk. So Vanessa is kind of like, we'll see. She's already on the campaign trail. She's telling James, like, you know you can work with me. Can you work with Johnny Mac? I don't know. So she's saying that stuff. And then also Vanessa pulls out, if Becky goes back on this deal this week, I'm going to be a really bitter juror. Ooh, is she going to be a rural juror? I don't know. So then Vanessa goes up to the HOH to talk to Becky. And she's just like, you know what, Becky? I feel like I'm going up this week. What's going on? So Becky lies to her straight up. She's like, I promise you, like, you're good. I'm not putting you up. So she's still acting like Johnny Mac's going up on the block. And then Vanessa's like, okay, good. I just want to let you know, like, if Johnny Mac goes up on the block, I'm going to vote with the House. I'm going to vote out Shelly. It's going to be tough, but I'm going to do it. Come on now. So Becky, after this conversation, reports to the have-not room. She's got to talk to Meg, Jackie, and James. She's like super giddy. So she's telling them how she just lied to Vanessa's face and it was freaking awesome. And she's like hooked on it now. So Becky's just like, F the deals. Actions speak louder than words. She's so sick of Vanessa and her deals. I can't tell you how many times Becky has brought that up in like the past 2 or 3 days. It's been wild. So then Vanessa talks to Austin in the bathroom, and she's talking about her conversation with Becky. It sounds like she actually believed what Becky said. She's like, I just talked to Becky and I think it went really well. I feel really good about it. I feel like she's gonna go through with it and put Johnny Mac up. You think she's gonna put Johnny Mac up? Get your life! Come on! So then Vanessa's telling Shelly about the conversation with Becky. And you know Shelly's probably just sitting there like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Because Shelly knows that Vanessa is supposed to be the replacement nominee. And this is very telling. Shelly does not spill the beans to Vanessa. She doesn't warn her. Oh, snap. Alright, so Vanessa is sitting there with Shelly, like counting the votes that Shelly will have if and when Johnny Mac goes up on the block against her. Ooh, Shelly, you dirty dog. So this morning, Becky and Johnny Mac were chatting in the backyard. They were talking about how Vanessa's been freaking out. Guys, just wait until after the power veto ceremony. This right now is nothing. I feel like we are going to see the meltdown of all meltdowns. So they were talking about how Vanessa's been claiming that she would vote out Shelly if she was up on the block against Johnny Mac, and Becky's like, this is perfect, like she's the one person that's actually loyal to Vanessa, we're gonna pull this out and it's gonna make her look really bad. Becky is like really enjoying this. She's really planning out what she's gonna say during that power veto ceremony. She's pulling out all these Vanessa impressions, talking about like when she grabs onto her hat and she's just like, I don't know what's going on, and then she's all like, you make this deal right now, make the deal, say it, deal. So she's having a lot of fun with that. Little side note, Becky told Johnny Mac that James, Meg, and Jackie aren't coming after them, after him, excuse me. So it seems like she's kind of like trying to build a bridge there between her James group and her Johnny Mac, because later she was talking to Meg and she was like, I want you to know, like, all three of you guys are good with Johnny Mac, like he's not coming after you. So it's like she's trying to introduce her camp friends to her school friends and like make sure that they get along. So pretty interesting stuff. Other than that, it was kind of a boring day. Right now I would say it's like the calm before the storm. Like I said, after the power veto ceremony, it's gonna go down for real. So today the live feeders voted for the house guests to get this inflatable shark for the pool. Nice. And then we had a nice little Oh Steve moment. The twins, Shelly, Meg, and Jackie were all hanging out by the pool, and Shelly brings up Steve is feeling a little bit uncomfortable and like, ugh, because he thinks that Julia likes him. Somebody, meaning James, told him that. I guess James was talking to Julia and he was like, if you could pick one guy in the house to have a showmance with, who would it be? And she threw out Steve's name like as like, oh, for fun, like as a joke or whatever. So Julia's like, that was a joke, I can't believe he said that. So Liz is like, James, you need to tell Steve that we think of him as a little brother, like we don't want him to feel uncomfortable. So Liz ends up talking to Steve on her own, not Julia, Liz, and she tells him like, look, we really like you as like a brother, but it was just James being James, like we don't want any weirdness between you and Julia. So they kind of like clear things up. Alright, power veto ceremony is tomorrow. Things are gonna get crazy, so make sure you do not miss it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments, and until tomorrow, the craziness. Much love. Edit.